So let's take a look at structuring a commercial club tune. Here's something that just tips over the 3-minute point, and that's perfect for radio. If you want your music to make maximum impact, it's all about getting things really condensed, really lively, and keeping things moving. So let's take a look at this. It's a collaboration that I did with Mediate, and they've gone on to do some really good work. And the reason why it hasn't come out is because it's a little bit different to what they would do, but it's a great reference point to use in a video here. So if you imagine you're listening to the radio, when you first hear a song, it's almost like you need that kind of hook, something that you recognize. And that's what that bass is. All right, so I'm going to show you here, solo. If you're interested on a production tip, this is basically a custom instrument rack that I created. 2 instances of operator. The high tone here. And then a sub layer as well. So that's like a hook, and it's got a bunch of effects running on there to make it sound a bit more interesting. You can see that here, and you know, that's a real characteristic part of it. So basically we're getting in there with one of the main hooks straight away. So the bass line is like a riff. Another element coming in, piano. And also these stabs. So look, have a listen to this. So they're working nicely with the piano. So if I just solo these 2. So we've got a little element there introducing when the first verse comes in. So we've got a reverse vocal here. So I just bounced out the vocal, flipped it with a ton of reverb on there. So it's got that nice kind of lead up into the vocal. It signifies something is coming. And also that bass, you could hear that there was something going on, and you can see the pitch going down towards the end. So it's a real nice intro. The beats stop as well. You can see the gap here. So straight away, you know, literally, you can see down here, we are about 15 seconds and we're kicking right in with the song. So it's very important to create an impact. So we're into the chorus section now, and we've got these elements coming back here, the piano, the stabs. We've got some extra percussion here from a loop, little conga loop, and so let's just drop it in just before that. So it's actually quite nice in the song to have a gap, a break from the vocals. So you can see here, instead of it being repeating the chorus, it dubs out part of the vocal here. So you know that you're at the, it's like a hook. And then also there was a fill that I programmed in. So I'm trying to think where I put that. Let's have a look. Okay, so we can hear that. Here's the fill. Also, you hear there's a synthesizer coming in, this pad sound. That's just to spice it up a bit. That was just it's basically the instrument analog, and it's a little custom patch that I made. once again, coming into the second verse, we had the fill coming in, we had the descending bass, the reverse reverb vocal as well. So these are becoming real kind of triggers, clues as to what's coming up. So into the second verse. So that little pitch thing was coming from the delay here, so it was changing the delay time. It's got that real kind of tape delay kind of vibe on it, and that was because I set this on to repitch mode. You can see this, I right click on there, and that's what brings that interesting flavor to it. Let's have a listen again. Oh, by the way, the pad pitch has gone funny there. Let me come back to that. So you need to reset the beginning of that note. There we go. And you'll see in here that possibly there is some pitch shifting going on. Yeah, there we go. Now for the finale, little vocal stabs. So there we go, look. Just over 3 minutes. Perfect for radio. They can drop in another track now as well. So that little delay at the end was working really nicely. So just zooming out, you can see, the color scheme that I've used is there to signify certain sections. And so the verses here in the orange, and then the lighter tone for the choruses. Middle 8 over here, little breakdown, and then the chorus repeated over here again. So real tidy structure. If you're going to be doing a radio edit, try and get enough variety in there, but keep it nice and punchy. Someone once said to me a long time ago, an A&R guy, he said, look, don't bore us, where's the chorus? That's the little catchphrase. So get in there really nice and early with something really hooky, make it condensed, tidy, and then that's the perfect radio mix.